All right, there are some people who look completely different than their childhood photos. And then there's Mark Critch. Really, what is the point of coming on national television if we can't embarrass you with old childhood photos? So these are some of the gems that you will find in the pages of Critch's new memoir. It is Son of a Critch, the story of his growing up on the Rock, and he's with us in studio this morning. Good to talk to you in person.
It's great. I see you all the time on Instagram and social
Likewise.
back and forth, but now you're real.
I am, in the flesh, as they say. I want to talk about this photo. First of all, you recreated your school photo. Remember when they used to make you hold awkward things?
Like and hold them awkwardly, like everything would be like that, or the little fence with your hands.
So where did you find a carriage wheel?
You know what? I have a great friend, Stephen Osler, who's an incredible set person. And I said to him, I was like, hey, I'm looking for something like this. Do you know, an old photographer might still have this set up? He goes, let me see. And then he went off, and in an hour and a half, he came back with that built. He said, there you go, I just made it. It was easier. And, wow, I wish I had a skill like that.
It's so good. The title is literal. You are the son of a Critch.
I am the son of a Critch.
The late Mike Critch, who was a legendary broadcaster in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
When did you realize that not everybody had a dad who was famous on the radio?
I remember walking through a shopping center when I was a little kid. I was 4 or something, and someone was doing an impression of my dad, and dad was well known because a lot of broadcasters were like, and now in the news at 10, but Dad kept his accent, so he'd be like, late last night, early this morning, 2 moose were struck on the Trans-Canada Highway, 3 men killed, 1 seriously, Mike Critch, VOCM News, and then people would always do impressions of him, and so some guy was like, I'm Mike Critch for the VOCM News. I remember going up to, no, you're not, that's my father, and I didn't understand what was going on, but then I realized, like, you know, other people at school then would bully me because my dad was on the radio, and I thought, oh, what's going on? So yeah, so everyone in St. John's knew Dad, so yeah.
It's interesting that rather than take your dad's path of becoming, you know, a news journalist, you took the path of the person who does the parodies of journalists and politicians and the like.
I am a fake. I am a bad photocopy of my father. Yeah, but it's a lot of the same skills. I remember, you know, Dad would always clip news stories and then prepare for things, and then when I was before the internet working, I'd be clipping things out of the paper to save them and preparing interviews and trying to scrum someone, and it's all the same stuff, except I'm just the clown version of people like yourself. So
your dad, I imagine, would be very proud at all of your success. Your humor is very clever. It is a lot of fun. But you have a moment where maybe they weren't so proud. This is you getting on stage naked.
Yes. My first big theatrical show I got to do as a play as a wonderful director from Montreal who'd done Shakespeare in Moscow and everything. And we're doing this play, and he keeps saying, this is great. Well, I love what you're doing, but what if you were naked? And I was like, what? And so it's like, and then the next thing you know, in rehearsal, I'm standing there naked. I'm like, what am I doing? But you're young and I'm going to be an actor. And so everything was great. And I thought it was a great idea. And Mom and Dad are like, oh, we're coming to your show. I was like, you know, yes, fine. So it's 1,200 people. Like the premiere is there. It's a big night out. And
you got naked in front of the premiere?
Yeah, well, it was the first time. I've been naked in front of premieres since. But I was about to walk out, and everything was fine, and I'm going to act. And then as my toe touched the light from the stage, I thought, what am I doing? And the whole city's out there. I'm like, oh, I can't. And then there's a long pause, and they're waiting for me to come out, and there's another naked guy on stage. No, he was still in his underwear. And then he's like, come out, and I kind of step out naked, and then you hear, and like I'm pulled by the suction of air, and then oh my God, no! And it's like I don't look like Ben Mulroney. It's like the Elephant Man nude, you know. So and then I'm like, oh, I feel bad about my. And then I'm kind of like walking like that, you know, trying to like. So anyway, covered things up, and it was just a mess. Yeah, and Mom and Dad were like, I was like, I'm gonna be an actor, surprise! Yeah, I'm like coming out.
I want to ask about your son. You put him out on social media quite a bit. You seem to have a very close relationship.
Oh, yeah. I have 2 boys, Jacob and Will. Will is a Instagram star. He loves all that. He's very interested in photography and stuff. And he was the first person to read the chapters. I'd be typing, and I go, here. And I just look at him out of the corner of my eye, and then he'd be like, what? They used to hit kids with rulers? They can't do that. Was anyone charged? I'm like, no, that was Catholic school, buddy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, both my sons are fantastic and only slightly embarrassed of me, I think.
All right, I'd be interested to see what their books will contain about being sons of a Critch.
Yeah, that years from now, I'll be like, I deny the allegations. I had nothing, none of that is true. Yeah.
Good to have you here.
So good to be here.
The book is called Son of a Critch. It's a great read. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Oh, fan of the show. It's great to be here.